Okay, so good day, everyone. Can you see and hear me clearly? Okay, that's great. So, how are you feeling today? Did you eat your meal? I don't want my students to feel hungry while I am discussing our lesson. Okay, that's good to hear. Now, by the way, Miss Secretary, who is absent? Oh, no one is absent. That's excellent. Now, let's start our lesson with this motivational quote. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Create it. Okay, can someone explain this quote for the class? Okay, excellent job. That is so inspiring. Now, let's start our discussion. Just a few reminder. I will be giving you a soft copy of what we will be discussing for today. So, no need to take down notes. I want your eyes and ears on me, okay? Okay, so let's start with this picture. So, what animal is this? Oh, are you sure? Okay, let's see. Yes, this is a platypus. A platypus is a cool mammal that can lay eggs. And another fact is that if you define stomach as an organ that contains gastric glands and produces gastric juice, then the platypus would be considered to not have a stomach. Oh yeah, that is awesome. And when I told you that the platypus is considered as a mammal that doesn't have a stomach, what comes into your mind? What did you feel? Oh, you are amazed. Very good. What else? You are fascinated. Excellent job. Because a lot of the time, when we think about digestion in mammals, whether it be a platypus or a human, we tend to think about just the stomach. But we shouldn't, because digestion in mammals is so much more than a stomach. For both platypus and a human, of course. Okay, so now brace yourself, everyone. Don't forget, eyes and ears on me. It's time to take a tour on the major digestive structures. And this tour specifically will be the digestive system of another mammal, not the platypus, but the human digestive system. Okay, so uh, in human digestive system, we're going to focus on its ability to accomplish the four major tasks. So the four major tasks are ingestion, digestion, absorption, and elimination. So in ingestion, it is the taking in of food or simply eating. However, in digestion is when biomolecule polymers. Do you remember the four biomolecule? Yes, they are broken down physically or chemically into their building blocks. In absorption, from the word itself, absorbed. Absorption is important as nutrients will eventually be delivered with the help of other body system to cell as cell needed them in order to survive. And lastly, the elimination. Okay, so when we think of elimination, what comes into your mind? Oh, faces. That's the correct term for that. So when we want to eliminate, what do we want to eliminate within our body? Yes, our waste. Waste which includes anything that wasn't digested. will be removed. Okay, so now let's go to the mouth. The mouth. So when with ingestion in humans, food is brought into the mouth. So your mouth can release saliva even without thinking of food, right? So digestion actually starts in the mouth because your saliva contains enzymes that can break down some biomolecules. So, salivary amylase, for example, breaks down some carbohydrates. So, this is a form of chemical digestion. But you also have mechanical digestion happening in the mouth. Mechanical digestion is when you have something physically breaking down the food, and that would be your teeth. Your teeth help grind that food up. And saliva is very underrated thing. Not only it have enzymes in it, but it has buffers to counteract acidity in your mouth. A good thing as that can help prevent tooth decay. So in fact, a condition known as dry mouth can be hazardous for your teeth. And saliva also helps lubricate the food, which is awesome because your tongue will help shape the food into a little ball called bolus. So the bolus will be swallowed down, and when it will travel down the esophagus. Very good. So your body has this really cool flap called the epiglottis, which blocks your pipe, otherwise known as your trachea. It blocks your windpipe. Why do you think the epiglottis needs to block the trachea when you are swallowing? Great job, to avoid choking. Okay, so you don't want your food to go down the trachea. And it so happens that your trachea and your esophagus are in really close proximity, so that epiglottis is indispensable. So we also have this thing called peristalsis. So peristalsis, which are these wave-like made by smooth muscle. These are the wave-like movements made by smooth muscles happens in the esophagus, and it helps move that food down, 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 down to your stomach. Okay, so do you know that an adult human stomach can store estimated of 2 liters of food and liquid? Yes, it's acidic in here. Chemical digestion definitely occurs here in the stomach's gastric juices, which includes HCl and enzymes such as a pepsin, which break down proteins. There's also mechanical digestion that is happening in the stomach, the churning of the stomach, which help bath the contents in those gastric juices. The resulting substance is known as chyme. A few interesting facts about the human stomach. So there's a sphincter that separates the esophagus from the stomach, and also a sphincter that separates the stomach from the intestine. So we're about to go there now, but are you wondering why doesn't the stomach digest itself? Okay, so that's specialized cells for you. You have these amazing cells that line the stomach that divide often and make a protective mucus layer. Okay, so the chyme is going to leave that second sphincter on. The chyme is going to leave that second sphincter and onto the intestine. Okay, so now let's go to the small intestine. So this digestion is what the intestine does best. So there are three major parts of it: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So if you don't want to forget that, just remember DJI1: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So here there will be a significant chemical digestion of all four biomolecules: the carbs, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acid. So there are enzymes involved here, and also digestive juices that are released here from other organs such as gallbladder, liver, and pancreas. So there will also be mechanical digestion. So because peristalsis moves the chyme through the segmented space. But after finishing digestion, it's time for the absorption. Very good job. So most nutrient absorb absorption happens in the small intestine. And if you are wondering what exactly are some things that could be absorbed, just few examples could be glucose and fructose. So those are sugars. Amino acids, those are building blocks of proteins. It could be electrolytes and vitamins and lipids and so much more. So, absorption occurs through the lining of the small intestine, which has projection called villi. And the villi themselves have microvilli. So, when we say micro, it's a small villi. So, the shape is so amazingly significant here, as it often in biology, because the shape here allows them to have lots of surface area for absorbing the nutrients. So they are also very vascular, meaning they have capillaries running through them so that nutrients can be taken up by these capillaries and transported. So as we move along, we eventually enter the large intestine, also known as colon. So the intestine is the home sweet home to a lot of harmless and beneficial bacteria in our bodies. Some of these good bacteria even make some of our vitamins. But the major role of the large intestine is it involves water. So the large intestine's major role is to reabsorb water so that the body will not lose all of this precious water involved in digestion. Okay, so now um as we move along, we will going to end up in rectum. So feces are composed of undigested contents and can contain other substances. And it can include the bacteria that we have mentioned a while ago. The very end of the large intestine is the rectum, and feces will remain here until they are expelled from the anus. So now we finished the last step of digestion, which is the ooh, elimination. Yes. Okay, so there are just a few things I want to squeeze in here. So we mentioned that organs like the gallbladder, liver, and pancreas release digestive juices in digestion. While they may be called accessory organs, they are not mere accessory. They have extremely important functions. For example, the liver. So the liver is your largest internal organ, and it has functions beyond the digestive system. But in the digestive system, it involves in carbohydrate and protein metabolism. It also produces bile, which helps break down lipids. On the other hand, the gallbladder. So the gallbladder stores the bile, and the pancreas produces pancreatic juices that have important digestive enzymes and will neutralize acid chyme. In addition to mentioning these accessory organs, there are an assortment of hormones at work in the digestive system to explore. It is also likely that you have heard of disorders that involves the digestive system, like for example the celiac disease, which often involves an issue with the small intestine, diverticulitis, which often involves an issue with the large intestine. And heartburn, the most common one, heartburn, also known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, which often involves an issue with contents from the stomach entering the esophagus. So these all affect the function of the digestive system. Okay, so now let's play a game. So let's help Mr. Humber reach his home by answering the questions correctly. Okay, so let's get ready. Okay, so the first question is, where does the digestive mouth? Very good job. That's correct. Okay, so what do you call the bowl of mixed foods and saliva? Bolus, excellent job. Really great. Okay, so it blocks the trachea during the swallowing. Epiglottis, awesome. Very good. Okay, so what are the two types of digestion? It's the chemical and mechanical digestion. Excellent. Oh, it breaks down and absorbs ingested nutrients. What do you think it is? Very good job. It's the small intestine. Oh, it converts the remainder into stool. It's the large intestine. Very good job. It produces pancreatic juice. What do you think it is? It's the pancreas. Very good job. Excellent. Oh, it is the largest internal organ. What do you think it is? It's the liver. Very good. You guys are so amazing. Oh, it serves as a temporary storage or storage place for feces. Excellent. It's a rec. And lastly, what are the three accessory organs in the body? It's the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. Very good. You helped Mr. Humber reach his home. Ta-da! Okay, so you did a great job. So this is the end of our lesson. Have a great day. Okay, so do you have any questions or clarifications? None? Okay, so I assume you all understand our lesson. And if you are feeling shy to ask me for any questions or clarifications right now, just approach me anytime, okay? So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson. Thank you for listening and don't forget to stay curious. Bye bye.